It's not every day you hear a fighter look straight into the camera and declare that they're going to end someone's career. But that's exactly what Terence Crawford just did, and his target isn't some up-and-coming rookie. He's aiming at one of the most dominant, respected, and feared fighters in modern boxing, Canelo Alvarez. When Crawford said those words, the boxing world didn't just listen. They stopped and replayed it, wondering if this was trash talk, mind games, or a terrifying preview of what's coming. Because when Terence Crawford makes a promise, he's got the track record to back it up. And right now, that promise is aimed directly at Canelo's legacy. This isn't some idle threat thrown out for a quick headline. Crawford has built his reputation by dismantling fighters who were supposed to be untouchable. Every time critics doubted him, every time someone said he was biting off more than he could chew, he didn't just win, he dominated. So when he tells Canelo that this fight will mark the end of his career, you have to wonder if he's looking at something the rest of the world isn't seeing yet. And here's the thing, Crawford has never been afraid to jump weight classes, walk into enemy territory, and walk out with a belt. This time, he's not just trying to win. He's trying to prove that even boxing's most celebrated champions can fall. The build-up to this fight has been electric, but there's a different edge to it. It's not just about belts or paydays. This feels personal. Crawford's move to challenge Canelo has been called bold, reckless, even suicidal by some commentators. After all, Canelo's fought and beaten legends, he's taken punches from bigger men, and he's built an entire career on adapting to any style thrown at him. But Crawford? He's not coming in to play Canelo's game. He's looking to rewrite the rulebook entirely. He said repeatedly that size won't save Canelo, and in fact, it might slow him down. Crawford's strategy isn't to overpower, it's to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast. Canelo's response has been just as fiery. In interviews, he's dismissed Crawford's resume, suggesting that the fighters Crawford has beaten aren't truly elite. To Canelo, this is another payday, another challenger who doesn't understand what it's like to face him in the ring. But dismissing Crawford might be the exact mistake that turns this fight upside down. Because if you know Crawford's career, you know he thrives when he's underestimated. It happened with Jeff Horn. It happened with Sean Porter. It even happened with Errol Spence Jr., where people said Crawford was finally biting off more than he could chew. He didn't just beat Spence, he picked him apart in a performance so one-sided that even Canelo couldn't ignore it. The styles make this fight fascinating. Canelo is a counter-punching specialist with granite defense, the kind of fighter who makes opponents miss by inches and then punishes them for trying. Crawford is a switch-hitting, chess-playing tactician who can change his stance mid-round, confuse his opponents, and pile up points before they even realize what's happening. It's like watching a sniper go up against a tank, precision versus raw power. But here's the wild card. Crawford's conditioning and ring IQ could neutralize Canelo's power advantage. And if that happens, the man who's built his reputation on being untouchable could suddenly look very human. Of course, no great fight is complete without the mind games. Crawford knows how to get under a fighter's skin, and calling for the end of Canelo's career is more than just confidence. It's planting a seed. Every time Canelo sees Crawford's face in a press conference, every time he hears those words replayed in the media, it's a reminder that his opponent isn't here to survive. He's here to end an era. And make no mistake, if Canelo loses to Crawford, it will be more than just a mark on his record. It will change the way people talk about his prime, about his dominance, and about his legacy. The fans have taken sides quickly. Canelo loyalists see this as a joke, a fight where their man will send Crawford back to his own weight class in pieces. Crawford supporters believe this is the moment he cements himself as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter of his generation. The split is intense. Online debates have gotten heated, with some fans digging deep into fight footage, pointing out Canelo's slower movement in recent years, or the way he struggled against fighters with quick hands and disciplined game plans. Others say Crawford's never faced someone with Canelo's combination of experience and power, and that one clean shot could change the entire fight. The business side of this matchup is just as explosive. Pay-per-view numbers are expected to be massive, with projections already putting it among the top-selling fights of the decade. The press tours have been designed to fuel the rivalry, with Crawford never missing a chance to remind Canelo that he's coming for him, and Canelo smirking like a man who's heard it all before. Behind the scenes, the negotiations for this fight were intense. There were rumors of disputes over weight clauses, glove sizes, and rematch options, every detail becoming another weapon in the war before the first bell rings. And then there's the pressure. Canelo has been the face of boxing for years. He's carried that weight, taken on every challenger, and kept his position at the top. But staying there means constantly proving yourself, and in boxing, the fall from the top can be brutal. Crawford has nothing to lose in this fight. He's already a legend in his own right. But if he wins, the shift in the boxing world will be seismic. Canelo's aura of invincibility would be shattered, and Crawford's name would be etched alongside the greatest multi-division champions in history. Training camps have been intense on both sides. Canelo's camp is focusing on timing and body shots, the kind of punches that can take a fighter's legs away and slow them down. Crawford's camp is focused on movement, angles, and exploiting any lapses in Canelo's defense. The footage leaking from their sparring sessions tells a story. Both men are sharper than ever. Both are obsessed with not just winning, but dominating. This isn't shaping up to be a cautious chess match. This could be a war. There's also an underlying tension here that goes beyond just two fighters. It's about eras. Canelo represents the established order, the king of the mountain who's defended his spot against every challenger. Crawford is the disruptor, the man who refuses to stay in one lane, who moves up and down weight classes like it's nothing, who looks at the so-called untouchables and sees opportunity. This fight isn't just about belts, it's about who defines this era of boxing. When the night finally comes, every feint, every jab, every exchange is going to be magnified. The crowd will roar with every clean shot, and the energy will be thick enough to feel in your bones. If Crawford pulls it off, those words, "I'll end your career," will go down as the moment he called his shot and delivered. If Canelo wins, he won't just defend his legacy. He'll send a message to every fighter thinking about challenging him. Be careful what you wish for. And here's the final thing to consider. This fight could change boxing's future. A Crawford win could lead to massive rematches, shake up pound-for-pound rankings, and inspire more fighters to take risks across divisions. A Canelo win would reinforce his reign and perhaps push him toward other super fights before he decides to step away from the sport. Either way, the stakes couldn't be higher, because when two champions collide at this level, the result is never just a win or a loss, it's history.